You got your car all ready to go.
Yeah, looks great. Looks great. Can't wait to drive it.
So give me a little bit of background on this car.
Sure.
How long have you had it?
Yep.
Where'd you get it from? I know it was actually had a lot of custom stuff done to it when you got it, and you've been playing with it for a while now.
So I've had the car about 3 years. The previous owner basically took an original stock Trans Am and turned it into a autocross car.
Okay.
So they changed out the engine, transmission, suspension components, and that's the way I bought it. I wasn't really interested in autocrossing it, but I definitely like the power we put in it.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to turn it into much more of a comfortable driver, but retain some of that fun factor that it had in it. Yeah. And I just knew that those weren't things that I could pull off myself to the quality that I wanted.
Yep.
So, you guys have a good reputation for handling this kind of work.
Well, we love these cars, obviously. I mean, how many Trans Ams we have come through the shop. I like this car a lot. It's got some great originality to the car in and of itself. I mean, I think, don't we believe that it's mostly original paint or?
Yeah, yep. And the interior was original as far as I knew. The weather stripping definitely was original. We could tell that it needed to be replaced. I think it's a solid car, body wise.
Very solid. Yeah.
But it had been kind of stripped down to be more of a race car.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they took a bunch of stuff out of it and off of it and moved a bunch of stuff around. I mean, we took the battery from the trunk and rewired the car. Got a lot of that stuff all really cleaned up nicely. Yep. It's now did the pulley system on the front of the motor and for you, and got it all kind of dialed in and tuned. And I know, obviously, tires, adjusting the brakes and getting the tranny. I think they had to do some clutch work on it to get all that to work right on it. But the car's a lot of fun to drive.
It is.
It's got tons of power.
Yep. That wasn't an issue by any means. It's really just making it more comfortable. Yes. It was kind of like a stock car.
Yeah.
And that's fun for 15 minutes, but after that it gets to be a little old and a little uncomfortable.
Well, when you don't have carpet and you got racing seats, it's a whole different factor in the interior than when you have sound deadening carpet and actually cushion comfortable seats. Yep.
And you guys added on vintage air system also. Yep. So now it's going to be way more comfortable to drive in the summer.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of the requirements from some of my family members. They're like, we're not going to ride in that thing unless it's more comfortable. But you guys also installed the Dakota digital gauge system too. So that's a nice upgrade that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yep.
But it still has some original look to it.
Yep.
So it's not totally modernized, but so really maybe that's more of the term, is the car's been modernized now.
Definitely modernized and actually way more creature comforts, to enjoy the car. I drove it a couple of times. Obviously, Derek put about 200 miles himself on it. We went through basically a tank of gas and stuff on the car and getting everything kind of dialed in. Tweaked the brakes quite a few times. It's got really good stopping power, and so you still obviously got to get kind of used to that because it stops.
Yeah, it'll slam you forward. You're not ready.
But we, made a lot of adjustments to that to try and make it a little bit better. But still, they're just really good brakes. I mean, it's got all four-wheel disc, bare brakes and stuff on it, and the setup's just, nice.
Yes.
So, but we got everything kind of set up. I wanted to see if you and Derek wanted to take it for a drive.
Okay. Sure.
And that way Derek can just kind of,
give me a little rundown on things.
On everything that he's done to it and stuff. And if you have any questions, we got all your parts here on the racks and stuff behind us. You've seen a lot of pictures and stuff. But
wow.
That's and then so
a lot nicer looking.
So when we were cleaning on it, I know we talked about how everything was looking nice, but we needed to get everything else kind of cleaned up. So when we power washed it, I went ahead and removed as much of the undercoating off the underside of this car. And you got really nice red oxide underneath there too. So it cleaned up extremely well, and it was actually pretty easy.
Good.
It basically just took him an afternoon of power washing with the special chemicals that we use to get it off. And it looks really, really good.
Yeah, I know I think there might have been original undercoating on it maybe.
Yes. It looked like factory undercoating because it was very light, thick and thin.
Okay.
And so it actually came off, fairly easy and stuff for us.
Oh, good.
But it makes a whole difference on the appearance and the undercarriage of this car.
Good.
And then obviously the cleanup work and stuff we did in here to try and...
the engine bay looks night and day difference. I mean, again, it was set up to be a race car.
Yeah.
So they didn't really necessarily care how shiny and nice it looked. But yeah, this really has transformed it under the hood to match the exterior look, I think, of the car a little better now.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
So I own a business in the Des Moines area called Absolute Garage and Closets.
Okay.
And so we basically help people transform their garage into a functional space, but then also we can help them turn it into a place where they can store cars like this, or maybe they have a sports car or some kind at home. So we do a lot of garage specialty products, garage cabinets, storage products, floor coatings, and then we also get into the inside of the house and do custom closets and pantries and some other work.
So when you're doing your custom cabinets and stuff in the garage, is it like toolbox kind of stuff, or mostly storage?
So it's going to be wood products, and so a lot of storage cabinets, but then we can do countertops, workbenches, either portable or stationary, drawer systems. So it's a high-end product. It's hung on the wall.
I was going to ask you if there's like clearance underneath to clean your floors.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
So they're free hanging on the wall, so they don't have any legs on them. So you can clean it underneath them. If you want to wash your floor, you can, and squeegee underneath them.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, and we've been in business for almost 20 years now.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. We're doing busy season's going to be May through October in Iowa with temperature range, and so we're doing floors every week. And
it's quite hard for you to get away right now to come get your car.
It was, so we kind of had to look at schedule-wise, but we also got to get back here and get this car.
I understand. It'd be nice to get it home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, if you're ready, we can round up Derek.
Okay.
And let you guys go for a spin.
Sounds good.
We'll let
sounds good.
You and Derek go for a spin here in the car, and see what you think when you get back.
Sounds good. All right. Yeah, I like the gauges. I mean, they're similar to the original style, but obviously all digital now.
Right. And you can do so much with them. You can change all the colors.
Yeah.
I went with the gold with the red,
Okay.
Fitting. Very fitting for the car.
Wow, that clutch feels so different.
It's smooth.
It's very feather light now.
Oh yeah.
That was a workout before. That was pretty stout.
I'm sure. This it's definitely still a bit of a race car.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. It's hard to get away from all of that, which I don't really want to. I mean,
I can't imagine why you would.
That was one of the reasons why I bought it, because of the power plant, the engine that it had in it.
Right. I know we didn't dyno it. Do you know what it's getting?
The previous owner gave me the dyno sheet, and it's right around mid 500s on horsepower and torque.
Okay. At the wheel or crank?
Crank.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just bare engine dyno.
Nice.
So whatever, you're losing 10 to 20% or something. I don't know what it is to the wheels, but
it's a nice car.
Thanks.
I had a very good time putting it together.
Well, I mean, I drove it pretty hard. I ran it one time at an autocross event for fun, and but just when I take it out and drive it, I don't baby it. I mean, it has an engine that's meant to push hard on it. Did you slam yourself into the dash a couple times with the brakes?
The first time, I swear I about did. Yeah, that was before we adjusted the prop valve too. So it should be a little better now. Yeah, rear brakes are doing a little more work earlier on. So
the front brake pads were race brake pads, so they'd squeal every time you just touch them.
Okay.
And they're just, I mean, they're so hard. They just grab like a so tight.
I was wondering why you wanted those replaced. I was like, there's a good amount of life left on them.
Oh
but
yeah. No, it's just because every time they'd squeal, come up to a stop sign, and every time, like, well, I know they're supposed to. I know why they're doing it, but wow, I gotta get used to that clutch.
Yeah. as I was cruising.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, half the time the fans wouldn't even come on because they didn't need to.
I would say temp. Luckily, I've never had a temp issue with it. You know, so it has a nice big aluminum radiator in it. Not too bad. You can actually modulate it a little bit.